the bucket, and the layup good.
Wow, what a shot by Neal. What a play by Neal. Boy, he couldn't have gotten that ball out of his hands with no more than 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second left. I mean, that was as close to a buzzer beater as you're going to get.
RiverBender.com's coverage of this game is sponsored by St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Lisa Funk, the Riverbend's top producing broker year after year. Chuck West Agency, helping business owners for 46 years. Riverbend Chiropractic Center, dedicated to caring for infants, children, and adults. And by Andy's Auto Body, we can fix anything.
And that was after they led late in the third quarter, 45-38. A couple of 7-point leads in the third quarter, but they're long gone. Now Carbondale with the lead. Here we go. 12.5 seconds left. They put the ball in the hands of Ryan Matthews. Now to Elliott. Back to Matthews. Driving inside. He missed it. A whistle and a foul. Matthews missed it. 5.5 to go. A blocking foul on Neal. And here comes Ryan Matthews to the free throw line.
Well, he was the hero 2 nights ago for Alton, knocking in a shot. And you called it. They were going to get a drive to the basket, and there was going to be a foul. Now it's going to be up to Alton and Matthews to make a couple free throws here and maybe give his team a chance to win.
First one in the air. Good! Ties the game. He's 4 out of 5 from the line. This is the big one.
Collected on that one.
Yep. 5.5 seconds left. Tie game at 53-53. Matthews again.
And Carbondale with no timeouts remaining.
He missed it. He missed it. Carbondale ball. 2 seconds left. They fire it up from the baseline. Good! Good! And it counts. It counts. Carbondale ball. 2 seconds left. They fire it up from the base. From the base. From the base. Good! Good! And it counts! It counts for the Terriers. They win it 55-53 as the ball is under the bucket and the layup good.
Wow, what a shot by Neal. What a play by Neal. Boy, he couldn't have gotten that ball out of his hands with no more than 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second left. I mean, that was as close to a buzzer beater as you're going to get. And I don't know how he got that ball up. It looked like he was a step behind the rim, and somehow he was able to lay it in.
I don't know how he found the room to lay it up either. He was stuck on the baseline. Redbirds almost with a double team there. A second defender coming over, and somehow he sneaks it up over the rim and in right before the buzzer. Apparently, 55-53, Carbondale with a buzzer beater this time. Back with a post game in a moment. Redbirds now 1-1 on the year. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports. Head and shoulders above everybody else there in the huddle, Corey Thompson. And PA man George Depper gets ready with our starting lineup. We also like to thank RiverBender.com for tapping in tonight and hope you enjoy that coverage on the internet tonight. Audio and video both with John Hendrick, cameraman Dan Gonzalez. And our producer-director back at the studios, Brian Hennigan, tonight at the studios of Z1570. We get ready for the starting lineup. The Redbirds again beating the Mount Vernon Rams Monday night, 49-47. And we're going to meet Carbondale first, wearing their white uniforms trimmed in the black.
Tashad Neal.
They'll start with number 22, Tashad Neal. Connor Wheeler, a sophomore starter. He wears number 23. Charles Woodson, a senior at 6'1", will start.
I thought he played for the Packers. He's a cornerback for the Packers, Charles Woodson.
That's right.
And at center, number 50.
Lafayette McDade, also a starter. Number 24 and number 50, Matt Blaze, 6'4", senior. The starting 5 for Carbondale here tonight. Woodson, Neal, Wheeler, McDade, and Blaze. And now the Redbirds starters. Redbirds with 3 players in double figures back on Monday night. Lumpkins had 12, McDougler had 11, Knight had 10, and Ryan Matthews with 6. And he told me earlier this week that he really didn't get it going till there were 4 minutes left in the game. He finally hit some shots, and he hits the game winner on Monday night.
All that matters is you hit the game winner, and that's what he was able to do. Tie ball game, and clutch right down the stretch, is able to knock it down as time expires, and it's not what happens the start of the game. It's how you finish the game, and although Alton got off to a slow start in that game, actually were blanked in the first quarter, down 8-0, and were able to prevail. That's all that they care about. They're 1-0 in the tournament and have quite a run going, a stretch of winning streak going in this tournament.
Starting lineup for the Redbirds now, 2 guards, Brandon Elliott and Mikkel Lumpkins. Ryan Matthews also being announced, along with Lavon McDougler. And a sophomore starting, Tony Bradley, number 30, for the Alton Redbirds, who, as Louis mentioned, have a long streak going. They've won 21 straight in this Alton Tip-Off Classic, and that covers the last 4+ years. And it's Elliott, Matthews, Lumpkins, McDougler, and Bradley to start here tonight for the Redbirds, and we'll see how things go against Carbondale, and we expect, anyway, a fast-paced game, a track meet maybe both ways.
You would think so, but this is a little uncharacteristic of the little that I did know of Carbondale. Typically, it would be a team that would come in with some size, but judging by the starting 5 that are on the floor, there's not a lot of size here, but I'm sure there's some quickness there, so you can probably imagine that they're going to want to get up and down the floor.
Couple of players listed at 5'8", couple at 6'1", and then Matt Blaze, 6'4", senior. And the Redbirds come out in their red uniforms. You won't see that much here at home, but here in the tournament, they'll wear their red unis, sharp-looking uniforms trimmed in the gray. And the Redbirds will get ready to jump it up, and that means Bradley for Alton, and that means Woodson for Carbondale. Big crowd here gathered on a Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, and the tip won by Carbondale, and they have the basketball first, and they run the offense to the left side. Now they pop it back out high to Wheeler. Wheeler guarded by Matthews. Underneath quickly, knocked away, but they still have it. Reverse layup, no. Rebound Matthews. It's Alton ball, and here come the Redbirds up the floor. Mikkel Lumpkins gives to Matthews. Matthews to Elliott into the lane, and a whistle in the lane. And a foul is called quickly on Wheeler. Wheeler and Carbondale with foul number 1.
Elliott cuts inside and gets into the lane there and throws up a little running one-hander and was slapped on the way up, and he gets a couple of free throws here early in the first minute of the game.
Lefty throws it up and misses the first one. Elliott will try again. Brandon, a 5'11" senior, missing the first free throw. Second one on the way with 7:34 to go. First quarter, no score yet. Now a point on the board as Elliott hits the second free throw. Here come the Terriers up the floor, their first game this week in the Alton Tip-Off Classic. Their next game will be against Mount Vernon Friday night at 6 o'clock. And now we have a hand check foul. It might be Elliott with a little bump there at the free throw line. Brandon Elliott with foul number 1, team foul number 1. 7:23 to go, and it's 1-0 Alton over Carbondale. 3 ball in the air, good! It's Charles Woodson, the senior, with a 3.
Well, he was left alone on that left wing out there and stopped and popped, and he was able to drop the shot and give the Terriers a 3-1 lead.
Alton basketball now, and it's Tony Bradley giving it up to Brandon Elliott. Elliott gives to the near side. Matthews lost it, went off of his foot. Turnover. Free throw line jumper the other way. Good. McDade, a 5'11 senior with a bucket.
Well, they definitely like to push the ball up and down the court. You can see that. And they get in your face here. They get you high at the top of the key and try to force the turnovers.
Matthews driving the baseline. Nice move. Couldn't finish it, but Bradley does. Offensive rebound, and the sophomore lays it in.
Good offensive rebound there, and Bradley cleans up the miss by Matthews. Gives the Redbirds their first field goal of the game.
5-3 our score. Carbondale basketball into the paint. Now driving out is Neal. Neal gives it up. 3 ball, no. Missed by Wheeler. Rebound Redbirds, and McDougler clears the glass. Inside, and a blocking foul. Nice first step there by Mikael Lumpkins of Alton High.
That's going to be Wheeler's second foul. Not even 2 minutes into the game, and he's going to take a quick seat on the bench.
Chris Gillespie into the game. 5'9 senior for Coach Jim Miller. So with those 2 fouls, he'll come out of the game. 6:05 to go. Alton ball, they trail 5-3. A bucket would tie it up. Carbondale in a zone defense. They want the Redbirds to shoot over the top, but instead it's a turnover. A pass goes to the Carbondale bench out of bounds.
That's a little uncharacteristic. It looked like the Terriers started off in high-pressure man-to-man defense. They dropped back into that zone, and it paid off. Second turnover for Alton in the game.
Carbondale down to the block and up and in as Woodson just charged his way like a bull in there, and he's got 5.
Well, he got a step on the defender. I didn't see who it was, but made a nice-looking move.
3 ball for Matthews. He missed it out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Alton Redbirds in a 7-3 game. Alton Redbirds will make a change too. Anthony Croft, C-R-O-F-T, Croft into the game. So he checks in for Coach Lane Bennett. And stepping out for the moment anyway, McDougler of the Redbirds. Here's Brandon Elliott to Matthews. 3, and it's good. Ryan Matthews with a tray.
Gave a little quick give and go there, and Matthews took the pass right back on the right wing and was able to drop home the 3-pointer and get Alton to within 1.
7-6 scores. Carbondale moves inside and left all alone. A layup good on the backside and 1. Blaze had nobody near him as the defense collapsed on the guard.
Yeah, somebody forgot to check down there. They all pulled over to the one side of the court and left Blaze all alone. And picking up the foul is Bradley. A little too late getting there in coverage, but Blaze is able to knock down the shot and get a bonus free throw.
3-point play. The free throw is good. The foul, by the way, was on Bradley, his first. And it's 10-6 on that 3-point play. So Matthews hits a 3, but right back the other way. Carbondale answers with a 3-point play. Now Matthews into Bradley, and he lays it up and in. He was all alone.
Well, they picked it up full court man-to-man there, and again, somebody forgot to collapse for Carbondale down on the block, and Bradley was able to get himself an easy layup.
Bradley has 4. The lead is 2. Carbondale 10, Alton 8. Terriers have the basketball. Neal, Tashad Neal, free throw line. Lost it for a moment. Elliott almost grabbed the loose ball. Now they throw it away right through the hands of McDade. It almost hit Coach Bennett to the Alton bench.
First turnover for Carbondale, and that time McDade just took his eye off the ball. Looked like he wanted to drive to the basket. Didn't get the basketball first, and ball bounds off his hands and out of bounds.
Kenny Burries into the game. 6'3" senior for Alton, number 32. Burries into the game. And Bradley will take a seat. Elliott with it, playing catch in the backcourt with Lumpkins. Now down inside, finger roll. Matthews missed it. Rebound Carbondale. 10-8 ball game. Terriers with a 2-point lead. Alton with a steal. Turnover, 3-on-1 if they hurry. Layup is good. Croft lays it in on a feed from Lumpkins.
Well, both teams, you can definitely see they want to get this ball up and down the court. And we're in for a track meet tonight.
10-10 ball game. First quarter and into the lane and a foul. It looked like Woodson just lost his footing there between the defenders, but he gets bailed out as Croft will be called for the foul. Anthony's first. And give the Redbirds their third team foul. And Carbondale will throw it in under their own basket. Tie game at 10-10. Here's Woodson spinning into the lane. Back iron, he missed it. Now the rebound loose, and the Redbirds out of there with it. Elliott all the way, and then pass to Croft, and a foul under the basket. Brandon Elliott with a late pass, but he was fouled.
I'm getting tired with my eyes just watching these teams go up and down the court. Can you imagine the three officials on the court tonight?
Well, we are courtside tonight, so we are right on top of the action. It's a little different than being 20, 25 rows up. Inside, Croft again, breaks loose, and it rolls off the rim. He almost had it. Another easy one.
Caught every part of the basket and every part of the rim. It just didn't go down.
Still tied at 10. Off the glass and in, though, as Neal drives down the lane for two.
I think he might have gotten away with a travel there, but officials didn't see that. He's able to knock the layup down.
Matthews back the other way with a free throw line jumper. Ties us at 12.
These teams aren't even using that imaginary 24-second NBA shot clock tonight, are they?
10-second shot clock. It's 12-12. Free throw line. They kick it to McDade. He fires it up. No. Woodson with an offensive rebound, though. Off the glass. He missed it. Now another try as the Redbirds did not get the defensive glass cleared off, and it's an Alton foul.
I'll tell you what, this Carbondale team doesn't have a whole lot of size out here, but boy, they sure crashed the boards really hard. And they've already collected about 2 or 3 offensive rebounds on the night, and they're not afraid of getting in there with some of those big bodies that Alton have.
12-12 game. The foul was on Burries, his first. And McDade, the senior, to the free throw line. He has 2 points in the game. Free throw in the air. Nope, missed it short. Another free throw coming. Carbondale now 1 out of 2 from the line. Alton also 1 out of 2 from the line. 2:56 remaining in the first quarter. Keep in mind the Redbirds missing their big man, Tyrone Parker, 6'5" junior with a foot injury. And the second free throw up and in for McDade. And he has 3, and the lead is 1, 13-12 now. 1 point lead for the Terriers. It's Redbirds ball. They kick it to Matthews, 3 ball, it's too long. Rebound underneath, and I think Carbondale with a push there on the weak side as Croft went flying out of bounds. The foul's on Gillespie.
See his second as well. 14 foul now. Terriers have 2 players with 2 fouls, and Gillespie's going to take a seat on the bench. And that's something they're going to have to be wary of, because if you look over there, that's not a very deep bench.
4 Terriers on the bench, the subs. Redbirds throw it in, turnover. They couldn't get it in bounds. Back the other way comes McDade. Now to the 3-point line. Neal all the way down, good, and 1. Neal will try for 3.
Boy, he's a good-looking player. He sees, he's got the vision where if he sees a half a step, he's going to take it. And boy, he just slashed straight to the basket, made a nice move to the rim, and gets it to go down, and now he's got 1 coming himself on the bonus.
Well, unfortunately, Bradley comes into the game and quickly picks up his second foul. And to the free throw line, McDade, and he missed the free throw. And now the Redbirds have it, down by 3, 15-12 all of a sudden. 2:25 to go, first quarter. end-to-end action here. Redbirds in their red jerseys, trimmed in the gray. Matthews now into the corner. Burries will bring it back out high. Also into the game, Montanez Knight. Knight had a big night Monday with 10 points. He was in double figures. Now driving to the baseline, shot up and in. Tough shot by Lumpkins, but it goes.
Boy, that is a tough shot there to go down. Good defense by Carbondale playing a matchup zone. They did a good job there, and Lumpkins just hits a fall away. There's nothing you can do about that if you're a defender.
Woodson fires a three, way off the mark. Wide right, 15-14. Redbirds could take the lead with a bucket. To the free throw line, jumper good. Lumpkins again, and he has 4 quick ones.
Gives Alton a 1-point lead with 1:25 to go here in the quarter.
Neal steps into the lane, 3 Redbirds there, and he puts it up and over him, and it rolls in on a finger roll.
He seems to find his way to the basket, and that's 3 times now, and he's scored on all 3 possessions that he's taken straight to the rim. He's a good-looking player.
65 seconds to go, first quarter. Later tonight, we have Carlinville and CM. Stay tuned for that in Boys Hoops from Bethalto. We're at Alton High for game 1. Matthews free throw line. Back iron, missed it. Bradley with a rebound, then fouled. A quick reach in by number 21, it appears. Davis will pick up the foul. It is Davis. It is his first.
Number 21, Davis, his first. Into the Redbird lineup, number 12, Brandon Elliott.
17-16. And the Redbirds will throw it in. Redbirds throw it into the corner, back to the top. Lumpkins, they swing it to Matthews. Now Brandon Elliott runs the offense. Matthews to the top of the key. 40 seconds to go, first quarter. Here's Elliott to Matthews. Matthews between the circles, bounces it to Burries. 17-16 Carbondale. Redbirds may wait for the last shot to take the lead.
All right, you're down to 22 seconds. You might as well now.
Redbirds basketball. Carbondale goes man-to-man. Matthews with a ball pick there. And they're going to back it up with 11 seconds left. Now Lumpkins with 6 seconds left. Lumpkins down to Bradley on the right block. Good with 2 seconds left. Bradley off the glass and in, and the Redbirds take a lead after 1 quarter, 18-17 on the bucket by Bradley. He had 6 in the first quarter. Back at Alton High in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agencies certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
Under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Tournament.
Okay.
Set up the efficiency and functionality of your business communication system. Bowmasters offers proven solutions.
Welcome back to Alton High School. It's the Alton Redbirds and the Carbondale Terriers. 8 minutes back on the clock. We move to the second quarter. We have an 18-17 ball game after 8 minutes, Louis.
Could be a lot more. I mean, truthfully, the teams are shooting well. Carbondale at 7 of 13, Alton 8 for 14, both shooting over 50%. But boy, the way they're moving up and down the court here, like you said earlier, they're taking about 10 seconds off the clock and shooting the ball.
Redbirds have it to start the second quarter. They had a bucket to end the first quarter. That gave them this lead of 18-17. Alton Around the three-point line, Matthews playing catch with Lumpkins and Elliott. Matthews to Elliott now. Lumpkins in the left corner. Back between the circles, 7:33 to go, first half. Carbondale still in his zone, 2-1-2 zone defense. They drive and then kick it to Matthews. Back to the center circle it goes, Mikel Lumpkins.
Alton being a little more patient than usual here. We haven't seen this in the game thus far.
Elliott down to the block, kicks it to the other corner. Matthews three, no good. Blaze with the rebound. Carbondale ball. Here they come, the other way. Good as McDade beats everybody down, and McDade with 5.
Well, they're true to form. They took off about 6 seconds off the clock on that one and were able to convert.
Quickly at 19-18. Baseline jumper, good. Redbirds come right back. Levon McDougler for 2.
I was just getting ready to say, probably not the wisest of shots to take there, but
here's a steal. Lumpkins the other way, missed it. Rebound to Elliott, it's up and in. Brandon Elliott with a follow.
Good pick there. And Elliott does a good job of cleaning up the miss.
3 ball the other way, missed. Rebound Carbondale, offensive rebound for Davis. Tyrone Davis, a 5'8" sophomore. Now traveling called out at the top on McDade, and Charles Woodson coming back in for McDade. Redbirds on the floor with Brandon Elliott, Mikel Lumpkins, also number 24, Levon McDougler, Tony Bradley out there, and Ryan Matthews, the 5 on the floor. Alton a record of 1-0 with their win over Mount Vernon Monday. Matthews underneath. Back out top, and we have 3 seconds in the lane. I believe it's on the big man, Bradley.
Yeah, once Matthews got that ball down underneath and kicks it back out, you probably figure there's going to be a couple guys caught in the box with a 3-second call, and that's exactly the call that was made.
5:50 to go, first half. To the left side it goes. And number 21, Tyrone Davis, out to Woodson. Now they swing it to the right corner. And underneath it goes, splitting the defense. Nice block by McDougler, but they get it right back. Carbondale setting it up here with 5.5 minutes to go now till halftime. Redbirds with some solid man-to-man defense all over the floor. Half-court offense for the Terriers. Redbirds up by 3, 22-19. Into the lane, up and it rolls in again. Guess who? Tashad Neal again.
I'm looking at this program and it says he's 5'8". He might be every bit of it, but he is not the least bit shy of driving into the lane and taking his chances.
He has 8 points. Here's Lumpkins to McDougler, baseline, in and out. Bradley fighting for the rebound. He lays it up and in. Bradley with a follow again.
That's his 3rd basket off of a missed shot. He's doing a good job right now of offensive rebounding, and he's got 8 for the game.
Tough kid, 6'2" sophomore. We have 4:30 to go, second quarter. It's Alton 24, Carbondale 21. Boys prep basketball. Don't forget Carlinville at CM in game number 2 tonight on the Big Z. Stop and pop, and it's good by Tyrone Davis for Carbondale.
Well, a good-looking shot there, and Davis comes off the bench and hits a little shot right from the left elbow there. He's able to get it to drop, and Carbondale's sticking around, only down by 1. This has been a pretty tight game from start to finish so far.
Jump shot good. This time it's Brandon Elliott who stops and pops outside the lane.
Both teams shooting extremely well in this ball game.
And especially here in the second quarter. 26-23. Neal loses his man, off balance. He missed one. Rebound, McDougler. Quickly an outlet to Brandon Elliott. Elliott 2-on-3, so he holds it up. Now he's into the lane. Left hand, no. Bradley had the rebound, knocked out of his hands. Alton ball as Kenny Burries back into the game. 6'3" senior. And McDougler will sit down for Lane Bennett. I mentioned all the coaches over there. I failed to mention the statistician, of course. That's Dave DeLauder with the clipboard, as always, for Alton. We have a timeout on the floor. Our score, it's Alton 26, Carbondale 23. Back in a moment with more second quarter action. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
For nearly 120 years, First Cloverleaf Bank has played a vital role in shaping the history of Edwardsville and Glen Carbon, putting our customers, our people, and our community first. It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
Back live at Alton High with Redbirds boys basketball 26-23. Redbirds lead the Carbondale Terriers. Alton ball after the timeout with Louis Korak. Brent Berklin here with you. And Ryan Matthews with the basketball. He throws the orange to Brandon Elliott. Elliott inside, no. Bradley with another rebound and a whistle and a foul. Could have been a jump ball there, but they're going to call the foul on Blaze instead.
It's another offensive rebound for Bradley, and he's going to find himself at the free throw line now, doing a good job of crashing the boards and giving his team second and third looks.
Bradley had just 2 points Monday night. And the free throw is good. He's about to jump into double figures here in the first half. 5 for Elliott, 5 for Matthews. Bradley misses this free throw, so he's stuck on 9 points. The lead is 4 for Alton High. Left corner for Carbondale. It's Neal inside, forced it up, no good. Rebound, who else? Bradley again. Tony Bradley rips down the rebound. Back to the top and Lumpkins, Mikkel Lumpkins with it, 5'8" junior. Lumpkins down and inside, and he charges into Woodson. Offensive foul as he kicked it back to the three-point line.
That was a right call there. A little bit out of control, and Woodson does a good job of holding his ground and forces the offensive foul. 5th turnover of the game for the Redbirds. Carbondale with only 4. Both teams have done a really good job of being able to limit their mistakes here tonight. That's why we've got a good ball game so far.
Yeah, you'd think end-to-end action you may have a ton of turnovers, but not the case so far. Woodson driving to the right block, left it short. Bradley, another rebound. Rips it down to Matthews. Matthews up to the timeline, gives to Brandon Elliott. Elliott over the timeline. Now Matthews again at the three-point arc. Hands the ball off to the baseline. Elliott, his shot swatted out of bounds by the Terriers.
McDade there to knock that ball out of bounds. He's not going to give up an easy layup there.
Again earlier tonight, Mount Vernon over Belleville East, 38-31. Rams are already 1-1 in the tournament, losing to Alton on Monday.
And then you got to consider there's also a team that hasn't played a game yet either.
That's true, Chicago Collins. And you think about it, a lot of these teams having to do some travel. Carbondale not really that close. Mount Vernon with a good trip. Chicago Collins. Turnaround shot missed. Rebound. Bradley has it, and an offensive foul is called. And boy, I didn't see that. They're going to call it on Bradley. He wasn't over the back at all.
I didn't think so either, but boy, that's going to be his 3rd foul. Wow, they're going to have to get him out of the game now. Tough foul to get. Tough time to pick up your 3rd foul with 1:46 to go.
Carbondale shooting the one and bonus at the line, number 14, Charles Woodson.
3 fouls, and Coach Lane Bennett has a long talk with the official, and so does Ryan Matthews, captain. And McDougler checks in for Bradley, and we're going to have to make up for Bradley's points and rebounds now. He's on the bench.
Boy, that's a tough loss. It really is, the things that he's been able to do in the first half. It'll be interesting to see how long we keep him out in the second half.
Free throw. Up and in, and another one for Woodson. 1:46 to go till halftime. 6 points now for number 14. Woodson will shoot another. In the air and good. Makes it a 2-point game. 27-25 Redbirds.
Scoring has slowed down a little bit here in this second quarter. Both teams being a little more methodical with the ball and not running quite as much as they did at the outset. It's early in the season. The legs might be getting a little tired.
A little patience by both teams here in the quarter. After one quarter, 18-17. There's an air ball by McDougler, but Elliott comes out of there with it. Matthews jumper, in and out and back in. It's good from the free throw line.
Good call. In and out and in back in.
That's right.
You got to like that. It got a little bit of every part of the rim there, and it was able to fall down for Matthews, who's got 7 points in the game now.
4-point lead again for the Redbirds. 29-25. Terriers with the ball. Right elbow. It belongs to McDade. Gives it up to Davis. 50 seconds to go. 5-0 remaining till halftime. Redbirds turn up the defense here with a 4-point lead. Let's see if they do. Woodson in the corner. Back out to Neal. Free throw line. He missed it. Rebound, though, belongs to Carbondale. The Terriers will reset it. Now the Redbirds get a hand on the pass all the way into the backcourt. They run it down. Redbirds again with a steal. Here they come. Elliott, finger roll, good!
A little bit of everything there, boy. A turnover, then not a turnover. A turnover, not a turnover. And Alton was just relentless, and they stayed with it. And Elliott gets a nice little finger roll there. And they've got their biggest lead of the game now.
6-point lead, 5 seconds left. Carbondale's going to have to fire one in desperation. Good! It's a three from the left side for McDade, and he was a couple of steps outside the line, and it was desperation time, and it was a swish.
Boy, you talk about a big shot. You're looking at a 6-point halftime deficit. You trim it to 3. It doesn't sound like a whole heck of a lot, but boy, it gives you momentum going into the locker room, definitely, because Alton really came on there in the second half of that second quarter and started to kind of establish themselves, and that's almost a shot and a dagger there.
6-point lead cut in half there at the buzzer. So 31-28. Redbirds lead Carbondale here at AHS. Back with more in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's coverage of this game is sponsored by St. Anthony's Health Center, Innovation, Commitment, Compassion, Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Lisa Funk, the Riverbend's top producing broker year after year. Chuck West Agency, helping business owners for 46 years. Riverbend Chiropractic Center, dedicated to caring for infants, children, and adults. And by Andy's Auto Body, we can fix anything.
Welcome back to Alton High School. It is halftime here, and with Louis Korak, Brent Berkland with you. It's Alton and Carbondale tonight in the Alton Redbird Tip-Off Classic Tournament. And a good ball game here as the Redbirds make their way back onto the court with a 3-point lead, 31-28. We haven't seen many 3 balls, just one for the Redbirds. That was Matthews in the first quarter. 2 threes for Carbondale, but a big one there at the buzzer to make it a 3-point game here at the half. Again, our 28, Redbirds lead Carbondale at halftime.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tap. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tap, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
And both teams huddling up and getting ready for the second half. And again, we thank the folks at RiverBender.com. We're live on the World Wide Web, not only at AltonDailyNews.com with our audio, but audio and video here with the TV cameras with RiverBender.com. John and Dan spinning the dials and working the camera here tonight. RiverBender.com. Check it out. And let's check out the second half. Carbondale basketball as we start the third quarter. Coach Lane Bennett and the Redbirds, Coach Jim Miller and the Carbondale Terriers. The Redbirds come out on the floor, and they come out on the floor with Matthews, Elliott, Lumpkins, Burries, and McDougler. And of course that means Bradley will sit with those 3 fouls.
Well, you pretty much figured that was going to be the case. Can you imagine if you have him pick up a 4th foul here real early in the third quarter, then you're really in a bind.
Trouble would be brewing then. Right now it's Carbondale basketball. Carbondale with it, and they drive to the baseline. Woodson tried to dump it down, stolen away. Nice steal, and back the other way. Matthews off the glass, missed it. Rebound, Redbirds, and the shot too short, but they're going to get it again. McDougler missed it. Here comes Brandon Elliott to Ryan Matthews. Now the kick to Lumpkins. Back to Matthews. Now Elliott with it. Into the lane. Finger roll. No good. Long rebound. Matthews. 3 offensive rebounds. Redbirds get another try. 3 ball in the air. It's missed. Now Carbondale finally grabs it. It's loose. Alton ball again. Inside. McDougler lays it in.
To get another turnover there. 2 quick turnovers by Carbondale in the first minute of this third quarter. And finally, Alton's able to convert. They've taken 5 shots already.
And a 5-point lead with that bucket. There's a steal under the basket. McDougler running the break. Finger roll. Good! McDougler quickly up the floor.
Now Alton with their biggest lead of the night at 7 quickly here.
Now we have a foul as Woodson goes strong to the basket. The other night, McDougler had 11 points. Lumpkins had 12. Foul's going to be on Elliott, his 2nd foul. First foul of the second half. Carbondale's Woodson to the free throw line. 2 for 2 so far.
Well, they only had 5 turnovers in the first half. Already 3 here, and we're not even 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Free throw rolls in for Woodson. He has 8 points. He'll shoot again. 6:39 to go. Third quarter. Redbirds up 35-29. Alton with the lead after 1 quarter. They led at halftime. They lead here in the third quarter. And we have a foul, or I should say a whistle, and a violation on Alton. Redbirds in too soon on that shot. Woodson missed it.
You could tell right off the bat he was short on that one. Did not have the legs on that free throw, but he's going to get a reprieve here. An opportunity to knock another one down on the violation.
In the air and good. So he makes up for it with a free throw on the second chance. Third chance, basically. 2 for 2 officially. 35-30. And now a timeout called for Lane Bennett. Redbirds were stuck in the backcourt there. They were stuck in the backcourt, and a timeout for Coach Bennett and the Redbirds. I think it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And remind you that after this ball game, we're going to head down the road to Bethalto. CM Eagles against the Carlinville Cavaliers. We'll see how that game goes tonight at CM High. Dennis and Doug, D&D, taking care of that game tonight here on Z1570. 35-30 our score. Redbirds led at halftime by 3, 31-28. And right now the lead is 5 points. Largest lead a moment ago was 7. 6:27 to go. Alton ball, and they throw it in. Over the timeline, Matthews has it now with 6:20 left in the third quarter. Down to the corner it goes. Redbirds ball to the top. McDougler gives to Elliott. Back to McDougler. 3 ball in the air. It's short. Front rim, and that was it. And Lumpkins with a reach in after the Carbondale rebound.
The second foul on Lumpkins and second team foul. Missed there by McDougler and barely caught the front iron.
Woodson to the basket again, left it short. Rebound Blaze, and he is fouled. McDougler reaching over the top there, as you can see right away. The Redbirds not able to grab as many rebounds when Bradley's not in there.
No, and you would figure that McDougler, he's got some height on him at 6'3", but obviously missing Bradley right now. But they're holding their own.
5-point lead. Free throw in and out. Missed by Blaze. Matt Blaze, the senior. Montanez Knight back into the game for Lumpkins. Third quarter, Carbondale does not have a field goal in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. That free throw short, but they get the offensive rebound, and a foul on Alton again. As to the basket goes McDade, and he is fouled.
Follows on the Redbirds, team foul number 4.
That's going to be on number 32, Burries. Yes, Kenny Burries.
Now you've got Carbondale crashing the boards and getting some offensive rebounds.
Free throw in the air, good. Lafayette McDade, the senior, has 9 points now. This is already the 6th free throw for Carbondale in the quarter.
Well, they've only taken 1 field goal attempt.
2 for 2, 10 points for McDade. Here come the Redbirds. They need a bucket. Brandon Elliott to the front court. 35-32 ball game. Alton with the lead and the ball. Knight gives it up to Elliott. Now in the corner, McDougler fires it up and in. Right elbow extended, and McDougler has 6 in the quarter, 8 in the game. There's a whistle, and traveling called under the basket. Woodson going hard to the glass again.
Well, McDougler has accounted for all the Redbird points thus far in this quarter, and knocks in a good-looking shot there and stretches Alton's lead back up to 5.
Redbirds into the front court. Knight has his shot blocked away, but he grabs it to Matthews. Ryan Matthews looking for an opening. Now he has a wide-open lane and lays it in as he found room on the left baseline.
Somebody forgot to close off that baseline there, and Matthews does a good job of taking advantage of it.
And open underneath. Tashad Neal, wide open for a layup on the other end.
Oh, good looking pass there by Woodson. Good vision to be able to find Neal for the easy layup.
Now it's 39-34, 5-point game. We're under 5 minutes to go in the third period. Redbirds ball, McDougler into the lane. Jump pass to Elliott, now to Burries. Burries looking for a guard. He'll hand it to McDougler, back to Brandon Elliott. Free throw line. He stops and pops and good. Brandon Elliott hits the jumper. 9 for Elliott, 9 for Matthews, 9 for Bradley, 8 for McDouglar.
That's what you call balance.
Here's Neal to the glass again, fouled again. McDouglar was there, Knight was there. 5th team foul on the Redbirds. And not sure, they don't have it up on the board who the foul was on. On the board, though, we see Carbondale with no team fouls yet.
I was just looking up at that, and I see them with a 0.
5-0 in terms of fouls, and first free throw good by Neal. He's got 11.
I guess they're not going to tell us who the foul is on.
I believe it was Knight with his first. Carbondale getting some points from the free throw line here in this quarter. 5 out of 7. 6 out of 8 with all of those Alton fouls.
Good thing, because they've only taken 2 field goal attempts this quarter, while Alton's taken 10.
Alton with a 5-point lead, 4 minutes to go as Tony Covington checks in for Alton, number 5. Covington gives the ball off to Lumpkins, off balance, missed it off the glass as he was falling to the ground.
And not a good shot there. He'd have been better off pulling up the dribble, going back out with that.
Inside, Blaze from Woodson, and Blaze lays it in.
That's a good-looking give and go there. Carbondale almost comes up with the turnover.
41-38, 3-point game. Redbirds still on top, but the lead is down to 3. McDouglar gives to Covington. Covington will back it up with Wheeler on him, man-to-man. Now Matthews to Lumpkins. Lumpkins to McDouglar at the 3-point line. Now Burries, top of the key. Ryan Matthews with it now. Handoff, free throw line. Fouled on a jump shot at the free throw line, and that's the first team foul on Carbondale. Number 24 with the foul. McDade, his first.
Not a good foul there to foul a shooter around the free throw line. It's a tough shot.
When making the biggest investment of your life, you should expect the experience, professionalism, and commitment of a full-time realtor. Lisa Funk will provide you with results you can count on. Satisfaction guaranteed. Only agent in town that offers a free moving van when you buy or sell. Her experience is not expensive, it's priceless. So look for Lisa for all your real estate needs at 910 Funk or www.lisafunk.com. RiverBender's top producing broker year after year.
And now a foul on Matthews. A loose ball, and they were both going for the ball, and Woodson and Matthews colliding in midair, and somehow Matthews picks up a foul.
Well, it looked like Woodson had that one eyed down the whole way. I don't know why Alton's trying that baseball pass with a 4-point lead. It's a turnover, and Woodson definitely had the position on that. It's an unfortunate foul on Matthews, but I believe it was the right call.
Senior Charles Woodson to the free throw line.
Were the Packers playing this weekend?
Woodson's free throw, good. The only thing that matters is Vikings and Bears, not the Packers. I knew you'd like that one, Louie.
We got a little Steelers and Patriots on Sunday. What do you think of that?
There you go. You had to get the steal in there.
That's a big game now. Come on.
That's true. To go, third quarter, 45-42 as Woodson hits the first free throw. This could make it a 2-point game. Nope. He is too short, and then a foul on Carbondale. It's going to be Blaze with his third foul on the rebound.
That's a silly foul again. It's his third foul. Really no opportunity to get the offensive rebound there, and he got caught with a little push from behind and enough to get his third foul.
Here come the Redbirds holding on to a lead, 45-42.
And they've done this with Bradley on the bench. I'm very impressed that they've been able to maintain the halftime lead that they had with probably their best player on the floor tonight sitting on the bench the entire third quarter.
And that means a lot of depth. 8, 9, 10 players deep for Alton High tonight. A lot of minutes for everybody. McDouglar into the corner. Here's one off the bench all this third quarter, really. Covington with it. Covington traveled as he was double teamed, and he was in trouble, tried to get it to Matthews.
This Carbondale team is very relentless. They get on top of the ball and are very aggressive and force the issue, and they forced a turnover. Only Alton's second turnover of the quarter, but a big one. Carbondale now with a chance to cut this to 1, maybe even tie the game up. 30 seconds to go, and they're going to hold on for the last shot.
25 seconds left as Lafayette McDade holds the ball right in front of us here on his left hip. Now 17 seconds left. Third quarter. 45-42, Redbirds. Inside Wheeler, baseline shot, good. 1-point game, 3 seconds left. Half court, now top of the key. Elliott off the glass, no good. He missed it off the glass, and Wheeler with his first points of the game, but 2 big ones. And after 3 quarters, Alton 45, Carbondale 44, a 6-0 run for the Terriers to finish the quarter. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Business owners all around the River Bend have been turning to Chuck West Agency for over 46 years for help with employee benefits, retirement planning, and life insurance solutions. Retirement planning is one of the most crucial concerns for business owners and employees, so let Chuck West Agency help you find sound, innovative ways to meet these challenges. Give Chuck West a call at 618-462-6880 or email info@chuckwestagency.com. RiverBend Chiropractic Center, the office of Dr. Stephanie Monroe, is a family wellness clinic that is conveniently located in Godfrey. Dr. Stephanie, a licensed doctor of chiropractic, is dedicated to caring for infants, children, and adults. She specializes in pediatric care, which is especially important this time of year with all the stress of backpacks and extracurricular activities like football, soccer, cheerleading, and other sports. Evening and weekend appointments are available. Please call 618-467-2744 for further information or questions.
On to the fourth quarter here at Alton High School with Louis Korak. Brent Birkland back with you. 8 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter now. Redbirds lead is down to 1 as we get ready for fourth quarter action. It's Alton ball to start the quarter. Here we go. Fourth period, and Bradley back in the game. Now a whistle and a foul on the baseline. Brandon Elliott fouled there.
It's a 1-point game. Did you expect anything else? The way this thing started.
That's the way things have gone tonight. Foul is going to be there on Wheeler, his third. The team's 6th foul. They throw it into McDouglar. Lumpkin's back in. That's good to see after that leg injury a moment ago. Maybe just a cramp. Matthews, Elliott, Lumpkins, McDouglar, and Bradley. Tony Bradley back in. To Matthews. He fires it up. Missed a 3. Rebound. Bradley in there. Jump ball called. Woodson and Bradley. 2 big bodies in there.
And there's Bradley doing what he does best. He gets right in there and right in the mix, and he's able to get his hands on the ball and at least force a tie-up, and now the next jump possession is going to go back to Alton.
30 seconds into the fourth quarter. Ball tipped out of bounds, and it will still be Carbondale ball. 1-point game as the Terriers were able to get the ball on the possession arrow on that jump ball. 7:25 remaining.
And they have a chance to take the lead here, and they haven't had the lead in a long, long time.
Outside it goes to Wheeler. Wheeler, free throw line, driving in. He'll kick it back out. Free throw line, Neal. Neal, number 22, guarded by Lumpkins. He almost stole it away. To the baseline it goes. He throws it in the lane and threw it away. Back the other way. McDouglar, double pump, and then a foul. 3 Terriers were there. Blaze, Woodson, Neal. It's Woodson with a personal foul, his second.
And now both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
7:02 to go in the game. McDouglar to the line. his first trip to the line. I was just looking. Carbondale has 3 players in double figures. McDouglar could get there now. Free throw, good. 9 points. 3 different Redbirds have 9 each. Matthews with 11. Free throw, good. McDouglar with 10.
If you're a coach, you've got to really like that, the fact that you're able to get such balance. I'd rather see 4 or 5 guys with 9, 10 points apiece than have somebody to come up with 20 or 30.
Inside Blaze, knocked away, turnover again. Here comes Elliott for the Alton Redbirds to McDouglar. McDouglar looking for help, finds Lumpkins to McDouglar. Now Matthews cutting to the basket, but he comes out to get the pass from McDouglar. Matthews loses his man, kicks it to Lumpkins. Lumpkins out to Elliott. 3 ball, short. May have been partially blocked. Carbondale out of there with it. Here come the Terriers. Woodson, look out to the glass. And a whistle and a foul. Matthews fouling Woodson as he was charging hard again.
Woodson took a hard shot there to the court. Matthews gives him a little pat to apologize. Didn't mean to foul him so hard. Woodson's hurt a little bit. He's feeling the effects of that one. He's going to have to regroup quickly, or he's got a couple of free throw attempts to shoot.
Maybe his left shoulder or left arm, elbow, crashing to the hard court. 6:20 to go in the ball game. Free throw, good. Another one coming.
Well, Carbondale has definitely stayed in this game with their ability to get to the free throw line. Outscoring Alton there. I don't have the count yet, but
Woodson again, good again. 1-point game again.
12-6. They're outscoring Alton from the free throw line. And we got a 1-point game.
And Woodson, well, his last 7 points have come from the line. He hasn't had a field goal since the first quarter. But he does have 12 points on the night, including a 3-ball earlier. Here's Bradley traveling at the top of the key. Tony Bradley left wide open there, and he took a couple of steps before putting the ball on the ground.
Well, he must have felt like he saw a lane that he can dribble into and forgot to put the ball down, and obvious travel there.
5:55 to go in the ball game. Woodson, jumper, good. Left side for Woodson.
And this is Carbondale's first lead since a lead that they had in the first quarter. It's been a long time.
48-47, 10-2 run here for Carbondale after Alton led by 7 again at 45-38. Here's Matthews with it. Redbirds need a spark here in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes into the fourth. 5 minutes plus left in the game as Matthews gives it up to Elliott, top of the key. Now Bradley, one dribble, hands it to McDouglar. McDouglar jump pass to Elliott, baseline, back to Lumpkins. Lumpkins will back it up between the circles. Now Matthews, right side. At the 5-minute mark.
This matchup zone is giving Alton some problems. They're wanting to get those cutters going to the basket and just can't make that entry pass. Carbondale keeping Alton to the perimeter, which is what they want.
Levon McDouglar into Bradley, fouled. Maybe Blaze again. If so, that would be his fourth. 4:48 to go, and Bradley fouled. 8th team foul. 1-1 for Bradley. Blaze with his 4th foul. Here's Bradley with a free throw in the air. Good. Ties the game at 48 all. 48-48. Bradley with 10. Third Redbird in double figures. 10 for McDouglar, 10 for Bradley, 11 for Matthews. Missed the second free throw. So we stay tied at 48-48. 4:40 to go in the game. Headed for another photo finish. 3 good ball games in the tournament so far. Monday and earlier tonight. And now a timeout. Carbondale Terriers with the basketball, and they would like a timeout with 4:32 to go. Terriers with a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And 48-48. Alton won Monday, 49-47, remember?
Well, the way this game was playing out, I had a feeling this was going to be one that's going to go down right down to the wire. And still got 4:32 to go, but we're right back where we started the game from, all knotted up. Now it's a question of who's going to win this final 4:32, or are we going to need overtime?
Overtime. Maybe we'll have another buzzer beater. You never know.
Did I just bring up the dreaded O word?
And don't forget, game 2 later tonight. Once this game gets over, CM and Carlinville. That's being played in Bethalto tonight. 4:32 left here, though. A lot of basketball left to be played. Alton tips the pass out of bounds. Good hands by Lumpkins there as he knocked the pass in. It was headed in for Neal. Neal, number 22. He has 12 points, 6 of those in the first quarter. This one off of Neal, off of his leg, out of bounds, Alton ball.
That's 2 times they've had trouble getting the ball in on this left wing here, and really no excuse for that. Just get the ball in and run a play. They called the timeout to run a play. I don't think Coach Jim Miller anticipated a turnover there.
McDougler gives the ball to Matthews. Ryan, number 15. Up to Lumpkins now. Lumpkins with the dribble. Number 23 for Alton. Mikkel Lumpkins. M-I-K-K-E-L. Mikkel. Where's number 23? 4-minute mark now. Fourth quarter. Tied at 48. Here's Brandon Elliott to Bradley. Now McDougler back to Lumpkins. Elliott again to Matthews now. Redbirds patient here, but they turn it over. Down to the block, and Blaze stole it from Bradley.
Yeah, they tried to get that entry pass in, and there's a good job from Blaze to anticipate that, and he gets the turnover right back.
McDade to Neal. 3:25 to go. Carbondale ball. Here's Wheeler with it. Driving on Lumpkins. 2 number 23s going at it. Woodson fires it up. No. Missed the free throw line jumper. And then after the rebound, Carbondale with a foul. Lumpkins with the rebound.
Tough shot there for Woodson. And he didn't follow his shot. If he follows his shot, the rebound comes right back to him. And instead now, this is going to be might turn into a battle of free throws here the rest of the way.
Well, Lumpkins again limping a little bit on that left leg, but he's hobbling to the free throw line with the foul on McDade.
Two-timing son of a...
Honey, what are you doing?
We can fix anything. Andy's Auto Body on Broadway in Alton.
And that was after they led late in the third quarter, 45-38. A couple of 7-point leads in the third quarter, but they're long gone. Now Carbondale with the lead. Here we go. 12.5 seconds left. They put the ball in the hands of Ryan Matthews. Now to Elliott. Back to Matthews. Driving inside. He missed it. A whistle and a foul. Matthews missed it. 5.5 to go. A blocking foul on Neal. And here comes Ryan Matthews to the free throw line.
Well, he was the hero 2 nights ago for Alton, knocking in a shot. And you called it. They were going to get a drive to the basket, and there was going to be a foul. Now it's going to be up to Alton and Matthews to make a couple free throws here and maybe give his team a chance to win.
First one in the air. Good! Ties the game. He's 4 out of 5 from the line. This is the big one.
On that one.
Yep. 5.5 seconds left. tie game at 53-53. Matthews again.
And Carbondale with no timeouts remaining.
He missed it. He missed it. Carbondale ball. 2 seconds left. They fire it up from the baseline. Good! Good! And it counts. It counts for the Terriers. They win it 55-53 as the ball is under the bucket and the layup good.
Wow, what a shot by Neal. What a play by Neal. Boy, he couldn't have gotten that ball out of his hands with no more than 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second left. I mean, that was as close to a buzzer beater as you're going to get. And I don't know how he got that ball up. It looked like he was a step behind the rim, and somehow he was able to lay it in.
I don't know how he found the room to lay it up either. He was stuck on the baseline. Redbirds almost with a double team there. A second defender coming over, and somehow he sneaks it up over the rim and in right before the buzzer. Apparently, 55-53, Carbondale with a buzzer beater this time. Back with the postgame in a moment. Redbirds now 1-1 on the year. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.